This is what happens when your ecosystem gets out of balance. I bet all of you have heard that you will get this type of algae when there is too much light or too many nutrients in the water column. The light is the most common issue. It happened to me several times because I had an aquarium bowl close to a southern window. In the afternoon there was not only too much light, but the sunshine heated the tank. It killed my shrimps and I bet also many bacteria, which are quite sensitive to sudden temperature changes. It completely ruined the ecosystem, so I had to disassemble the tank. But did you know that too few nutrients can cause this algae to bloom as well? This is exactly my case here. I had a betta in this tank, but he died, and for several weeks there have been just a few shrimps, and lately these 3 rescued neons. The bioload went tremendously down, so the nitrates were constantly at 0. Plants need nitrates to grow, and if they do not have them, their growth will be simply much slower. There are many nutrients and substances dissolved in the water that the plants cannot use when one or more are missing. The lack of nitrates therefore bottlenecks the plant growth and causes the rest of the nutrients to stack up and float around idle. Here comes the algae, which can adapt and will grow where the plants stop. That's why it starts to attach to the weakened moss and plants and slowly outgrow it. Interesting, right? And what's more, if you plant a dark-leafed plant like this anubias right under the light, like I did, the algae will most likely attach to its leaves, even if the rest of the tank is okay and well balanced. The most visible sign of having lack of nitrate or a nutrient imbalance is when your floating plants stop growing. This tank is ready for a restart. Aside from the imbalance, the catappa leaves dissolved and further clogged the filter, resulting in an ugly oily surface, so I will have to clean the sponge as well. Today I will do several things I normally would not, because if you have a no water change tank, these might lead to imbalance. But since I'm already dealing with imbalance here, I will change the water, vacuum some leftovers from the catappa leaves and add a new layer of sand. Of course, I will also try to manually get rid of as much algae as possible. I'm adding water from reverse osmosis with minerals for Neocaridina shrimps, and this time I'm also adding something I would normally not: liquid CO2 with a few drops of fertilizers. I don't know what nutrients might be missing, and I don't want to turn my home into a chemical lab and do thorough testing, so I will simply add a little bit of everything to make sure the new plants have all the nutrients so they can outgrow the algae. I got rid of most of the plants because the algae was everywhere, and I am planting new ones from a healthy tank. Have you noticed how pink these plants are? I trimmed them before and left them tied together, floating in a low-tech tank right below the surface. They will turn this bright when they are close to the surface and the light source. I have no idea if they will fade again. I have the lights on very low here, not to further feed the algae, so let's see. And this is the aquarium after several days. So the rotella did not fade much, but the newly grown leaves are green. It looks like the plants are growing well, which is a good sign. Also, fish and shrimp seems to be okay. But I still did not address the cause of the ecosystem failure, right? If I wanted to keep the tank this way, I would have to constantly add fertilizers with nitrates. And that is exactly what I don't want. I want to have a balanced ecosystem, so there is much more simple solution. Raise bioload. It looks like the aquarium got back on track. I did one more algae cleanup. Now it looks different. It is much smaller and not growing further. Let me know if you have ever had a similar problem in the comments below. And do you want to see each other next time? You can always hit the subscribe button. I hope to see you. In the meantime, plant fish and peace.